So I have this, should be okay to show you, but it started crumbling as I got it out of the oven, so I'm being careful. I think it is it was simply a cheese and onion quiche, I think was how they sold it to me, so to speak, on the box, the packaging. It is not Sainsbury's branded. The company was called All something, All, I don't know, I think the second word began with a B, but I think that they are a Sainsbury's exclusive brand. I've not seen them anywhere else anyway. So, and they had Sainsbury's branded quiches, as you would expect in Sainsbury's, but their own branded quiches were more expensive than this one. So naturally I went for the cheapest. There's no reason why cheap food can't be as good or nicer than more expensive, and supermarket quiches all taste the same anyway, unless you go to that, luxurious £6 for 2 grams of 2 gram cheese and onion quiche with cheddar from the highest mountains in the world, and all that nonsense when they hype things up. I think I took it out too early. Actually, it wasn't really that warmed, but it's warmed a little. Often I just eat quiches straight out of the box anyway, but I thought for a change I would heat it up. It's been getting quite nippy, quite cold lately, so yeah. But it looks like a kind of quiche you'd get from Asda, so it will probably taste the same. I don't remember I do not have my receipts to hand. I do not remember how much it cost me, but let me quickly check Sainsbury's quiche cheese. Let's see if they have if the website mentions the brand. This is their brand, cheese and onion quiche, 400 grams. So that's the same size, same weight rather as it's, but £2.30. But the other one was cheaper. Let's just type in cheese quiche. Where is it? Here we go. Allcrofts. Okay, the second word began with a C. Allcrofts, but there's one word. Allcrofts cheese and onion quiche, rated 2 out of 5 stars according to 3 ratings. And it has an Aldi price match. Okay, so it is not exclusive to Sainsbury's. That answers my question. You can find them at Aldi. I've never really been to an Aldi. I never seem to find. I think I went to one once, or Lidl in Acock's Green, but just because I was looking for a toilet, because I was not actually looking to buy any food. I think that was an Aldi. So I've never really purchased from an Aldi. There seem to be very few around these days, but it's quite. It was, well, according to the website, it was £1.45. I guess that's what I paid. So I was really attracted to the price because I remembered. I didn't remember that it cost me £1.45, but obviously at the time I knew the price. I remember thinking how cheap it was. Because at Asda sometimes you can pay £2.28, sometimes sort of £1.75. In the olden days, these days are probably even more expensive. But in the pre-pandemic years, they would keep fluctuating between the higher end of the £1 scale, so something like £1.75, and then surpassing £2.28. So £1.45, and it's probably as good as the Asda. There's nothing fancy, but it's just a quiche, a basic quiche. I'm sure it will be good. And so £1.45 for 400 grams. I don't think that's too bad, is it? That's it smells like a quiche. It's just probably the same recipe as Asda's, more or less. Soft, soft. What's it? I so despise wasting food that I always try to eat even the very hard bits of pastry, but they're always so dry. So thankfully I have some potato salad, so that will help me. So you can really taste the onion. There's some crunchiness on the onion. I will say that the cheese is quite creamy. There's a very slight sort of creaminess to the cheese. I can't really show you because of how I can't show you the creaminess of the cheese. I wanted to show you the onions and whatnot, but Should take a photo for an aerial view. Using my phone, we have the technology. But it's nice, so far it's nice. Oh my gosh, lighting is so bad. I've got to zoom in to bypass the shadows. Shadows from Babylon 5. Yes, I've been watching more Babylon 5 clips. Come on. Zoom in, thank you. But yeah, it's nice. There is a subtle creaminess to the cheese. Oh, I threw the packaging away, but I'm sure it's supposed to be just cheddar, I guess. But yeah. Maybe it is because I warmed it up, some of the flavours are starting to come alive, so I should have left it for another 5 minutes or so, but I'm always worried I'm going to burn something, so I just, and then I just saw it and I was getting hungry, or even hungrier than I already was, so I just thought that's enough. Time to be eaten. So there's plenty of onion, I can see loads of onion, so that's good. I mean, it doesn't really do anything, it's just crunchy onion, but at least it's not just cheese, you've got different things going on. I can see some orange cheese actually, orange cheddar I guess. So yeah, it looks just like one of Asta's quiches, but I would say it tastes nicer than any of theirs, and I think for £1.45, even if it rises to £1.50, I would, or even £1.65, I think I would still consider buying this. So far I am impressed, and I'm going to have some potato salad with it, so quite moist, but because the outer pastry is going to be so dry and crumbly, and I need to use up the potato salad. So I had this potato salad yesterday with some vegetarian sausages and those cornbread muffins, jalapeno cornbread muffins. So I heated the cornbread muffins up because last time I ate them straight out of the packet. They became more tender as you'd expect, but I don't think the flavour really came alive. The vegetarian sausages were okay, just so-so, but I think because they were past their use by date, they had lost flavour, so it's a bit hard to judge. The potato salad, you get sizable chunks. Well, for a potato salad, you get fair chunks of potato. On the one hand, it's quite boring, just because I'm not massively fond of potato salad, and the smell is one reason why. The smell is just so, I don't know, so insidious. But considering you're just eating potato with some sort of sauce, it's not too bad actually. It's a good potato salad. But the quiche is not dry, apart from the pastry, of course. So it's nice and moist, the quiche, but yeah, so you have big chunks of potato, and no, I like it actually, so I would definitely buy the potato salad again, and I would definitely buy the quiche again. I think those are good finds, if you can find them in Sainsbury's, because obviously stores do vary. I went to my local Sainsbury's in Selly Oak, and that's a big Sainsbury's. So your smaller Sainsbury's may not have as much variety, but yeah. So this would be quite a nice meal actually. I don't normally go for potato salad, and these days I don't even really like coleslaw. One day my relationship just changed. I just couldn't. It just didn't do anything for me, and it took so much effort to eat it, whereas I always used to like coleslaw, and when given a choice between potato salad or coleslaw, I would always pick coleslaw. I always saw coleslaw as the one with substance, and potato salad was just so insidious and creepy, but now it's turning around, because not only do I not really go for coleslaw anymore, I'm actually starting to enjoy some potato salads. So I would buy both again, and I recommend both, because potato salad is nice and moist. yeah, you're just eating chunks of potato, but you know, still, it's dressed up a little, and it wasn't overly expensive considering I was shopping at Sainsbury's, who I normally sell expensive. But I have expanded my view. I have found some good deals at Sainsbury's. Not many necessarily, but if you shop around, you can find one or two good deals at Sainsbury's. So, and if they keep these quiches at a low price, that's not bad because you know it's not going to last you a whole day really. You know, it's only one meal. The whole quiche. I know on the box it will say this quiche sells about 4 people, but obviously that's ridiculous. It's 400 grams sounds a lot, but it's not really anything. But I really need some chips with it. That would be awesome pasta. But for one meal, especially when it's accompanied by something else like potato salad, it's quite filling. It's not too bad. So £1.45 was it for the whole quiche. So plus, you know, quarter or half, whatever I have left of the potato salad. That's not really an expensive meal. I mean, it's in a way expensive-ish if you try to follow a sort of £1 per meal or £1 per day budget, but that's really hard. I never quite managed that, even when I did monthly shopping, so spending say £40 to £60 a month on shopping. You know, you can get 20, or used to be able to get 20p spaghetti from dry spaghetti, of course, from Asda. So that really helped. That balanced things out. But obviously, you can't live on just pasta. You can't do that. That will not help you at all. So you need to buy some more expensive products as well. So. And you know, it's a ready-made meal. You're paying for the privileged. So you are paying for the privilege. It's a quiche already made, £1.45 plus. I mean, how much did this cost? This potato salad. It must have been. I think maybe it was almost £2. Maybe Sainsbury's potato salad. I reckon it was around £1.75. 300 grams. Why do I have no reference here? There's nothing that... 600 grams. This is 600 grams. 90p. Yeah, that's the 90p one I saw. I do remember seeing that. But I realised it was better value, even though I don't necessarily go for potato salad. I might as well get... Here we go, 600 grams, £1.30. Okay, if that's what I paid, then that's not too bad. £1.30. It kind of feels like a lot. Cooked potato, onion, and chives. Yeah, so there's a bit more flavour. Just getting potato and onion in a dressing, but it's not bad really. £1.30, and it's okay. It has a little bit of flavour. So. And it's something different to eat because you have your favourite foods and sometimes you treat yourself to takeaways or restaurant food, whatever. This is another way to vary, you know. I mean, for me, obviously for some people they have potato salad maybe every day, I don't know. But for me, it mixes things up. It had been a while since I'd eaten a ready-made quiche or any quiche, and it had been a while since I'd eaten potato salad. So looking at about £3 for, you know, the total between two items, but obviously a potato salad lasted for more than one meal, and the quiche, yeah. So I think it's okay value for something different, because obviously it's cheaper when you cook completely from scratch. You buy dried pasta, you buy potatoes and make your own roast potatoes. Obviously that's the cheapest way, and that's how I enjoy my cooking best. But then when you don't have the energy to cook or whatever, that's not too bad. So I'm quite pleased really, actually. Can you hear that, right? Anyway, I it's 4:52 p.m. I'm still quite full up from my quiche and my potato salad, but I wanted to try the soup, and I think I'm in for a treat. I think they charged me £2.60, so I should have taken better, you know, more appropriate and fixed notice of the brand, because this is their Taste the Difference brand that Sainsbury's has, not their usual potted soup brand. So I should have realised that and it's a slightly smaller container, I think. Um, but I thought I was purchasing a £1.60 soup. Or maybe I did realise I was purchasing another soup and thought I should treat myself. I don't know. But anyway, I recall looking at the receipt and getting a shock that I paid almost £3 for this soup, so £2.60 and not £1.60. So that's a shame. But I mean, the smell when I took it out of the microwave, I heated it for about 6 minutes. And usually they say take the lid off, stir, then put the lid back on, etc. But I just put it in for 6 minutes and took it out. So I will start stirring in a second. But the smell, it smells very promising. I've not tasted anything yet, of course, because I'm saving that for now, this golden moment. Oh, but still very, very hot, of course. But anyway, so it is sweet potato, coconut, and chili soup. It's still very, very hot, but it smells of sweet potato and maybe coconut. Maybe I can smell coconut. Not really chili though. Is that a picture of a mushroom? No, that's a picture of ginger. I was hoping there was a mushroom reference somewhere, but it has two chilies. So basically, half of the stuff I purchased at Chili Breeze. That's going to be Sainsbury's new name from now on. That I purchased at Sainsbury's. Had some sort of chili reference. The new Pringles flavours. There were some other things. The cornbread muffins, I think, or they were supposed to have jalapenos anyway. And I was not looking for chili flavoured things. I just noticed everything has chilies all of a sudden. How did this happen? And during summertime as well, you would think that things are hot enough, but two chilies they are saying. So they're saying it has considerable heat or fair heat. It's vegan as well, which is good, and it serves two people or contains two servings. I don't think so somehow. One serving 600 grams. So if you're into bread or croutons, you might dip some bread in or something, but that's not what I like to do. I do not like to dip my bread into my soup. Some people do, that's their affair, but not me. I am a warrior, most proud. Rich and soothing with a bit of a kick. That's what we love about this velvety soup. A smooth blend of sweet potato and root vegetables simmered with coconuts, ginger and garlic. It's spiked with lime juice, chilies and fresh coriander. So they are trying to take the lid off, but it's too hot to grab the container. Oh, it's too hot to grab the lid now. It's a very sort of floppy, delicate container. It's a similar tub to what you usually get, but it's a lot more delicate, this one. Or maybe I overcooked it, I don't know. Because the microwave in the kitchen doesn't have a rating. I couldn't find a rating. They gave cooking instructions for 600, 700 watts, 800 watts and 900 watt microwaves. I thought, the average seems to be around 600 to 700, so I assume it's a weaker microwave and just put it on for maximum 6 minutes. Although I actually said 6.5 for 700 watts, but so I could have done with another 30 seconds maybe. But come on, cool down please. It's really cold outside. It should be well, it feels coldish. I don't think it's actually cold. I think it's just a little nippy, a little. I'm going to get soup on my laptop if I'm not careful. Oh, come on, let some steam out. Gosh, it's like a volcano. So I'm going to have to take a photo because no way am I going to tilt this so that you can see it in the camera. Oh, my phone's charging. This always happens. This keeps happening again and again and again. I actually heard back from Encore today, or yesterday I think it was. I needed to reply to them on Twitter. And they finally replied to me. Still nothing from Poundland regarding those potentially poisonous or just slightly spoiled grapes, but never mind. Sweet potato and chili soup. But yeah, they said I should leave some details with them, and they would try to sort it out. So I need to say thank you and leave my details with them, and maybe finally I can understand what's going on. So yeah, it's just take my word for it. It's very orangey. It looks as though it's made up of made from pumpkin or something, almost some kind of squash. Well, yes, sweet potato, doesn't it? So there's something lumpy at the bottom. Like, go figure, all the lumpy stuff is at the bottom. But yeah, so it has a good consistency, I think. I'm just mixing it for the first time. I think if you had a cold or something, you would find this quite, you would not want to eat it straight away. You just want it beside your bed so you could smell it and feel a little invigorated. And then as it cools down, you could, slowly awaken your other senses. And if you were struggling to eat or something, it may coax you a little, a little lumpy in places. But perhaps I should have stirred it between microwave. It's still so hot. But yeah, I think it's going to be quite good, So it did cost £2.60, so however good it is going to be, I would not normally buy a soup this expensive, because it just doesn't seem right. But it is from Sainsbury's more upmarket range, I guess. But yeah, maybe it's okay. Hopefully, it is more than okay. Let's find out. Oh gosh, so hot still. And I do not refer to spice. I just mean just general heat. But wow, what little I could taste without burning myself was very nice. I swear there's pumpkin or something in there. But I need to try some more. Is that a piece of coriander I can see? There's something floating, given up on itself. But that was an interesting flavour, not a kind of meal I would have often with these kind of flavours. I think it was ginger that I was tasting. I think I tasted some ginger, I think. Wow. It is very soft, despite the heat. It is very, and I'm not getting any spice at the moment. Are the chilies on holiday? First, the hula hoops crisps that promised a spicy flavour and were devoid of any kind of flavour. Now the soup has no spice. But I'm getting something sort of carroty. Where are the ingredients? Where are the ingredients? Hello? Okay, it does contain carrots. I go figure. I thought so. Onion, coconut milk, sweet potato, lime juice, garlic puree, red chilies. There are no chilies. Ginger puree, lemon something, lemongrass, coriander powder. Well, there was something floating about. White pepper. But so far it's very nice. Whatever it is that I am tasting, it's nice. I am mostly tasting ginger and carrot. I believe it's carrot that I'm tasting. Something very orangey, something very carroty in taste. And this would make sense that the bulk of the recipe would be carrot and potato or whatever, sweet potato. I'm sort of smelling sweet potato, but it's not really tasting. I fear that's the orange. I fear that's the carrot has dominance in terms of flavour, so the sweet potato is being dominated, which is a shame. Oh what is that I'm tasting? Okay, I think there's a little bit of heat, but there's not really any spice. It's hot because it has come out of the microwave. There's no actual chili heat really, only a very discrete amount. There's a very discrete amount of chili heat, but most of the heat is coming from the fact that it is hot from being microwaved. But there's something. It's like a butternut squash, I think. I swear there's a butternut squash inside. Sweet potato. No, it must be the sweet potato that I'm tasting. Maybe because it has been a little while since I've tasted sweet potato, but it reminds me of butternut squash. It's when you take a spoonful, you just get this really comforting sort of taste. You know how succulent butternut squash can be if you roast it, and same for sweet potato. It becomes so unbelievably tender. It has the best texture ever when you. So you know, if you've seen a sweet potato, if you have not, they're kind of potato-like, and you can shove them in the oven and. When they are cooked, if you cook them thoroughly, they become so tender. Forget about the texture of a regular potato. They become just the most tender thing. Just it's hard. You need to taste it to understand. They just become so delightfully tender and yummy and succulent. So I think it's the sweet potato is working well with the soup, but I'm not really getting any chili component. I'm just getting that comforting squash-like taste. It has a nice colour as well. It's yellowy, orangey, with bits of what I thought was coriander. But, I don't know, they said coriander powder. I think it is sweet potato that I'm tasting, but and the ginger is coming back, but I'm getting discrete references to the coconuts, but it is mostly sweet potato, ginger, and carrots that I can taste. I think. Don't think I missed anything else. There's no chili. I'm being set up again and again and again. There's no two chilies. They said there's no chili heat. It's just manufactured by the people who manufacture those hula hoops that are supposedly very spicy or slightly spicy, but have no spice. I mean, honestly, there is no spice. I mean, if this was a cold soup, I could wolf it all down without hesitation, seriously, but I can't just because there's heat from the fact that it has been heated up. There's no actual spice that I can taste. Maybe my tongue is tired and my taste buds are on holiday, but it's a nice soup. It has a good colour, a good consistency. It has a really good aroma. The taste is good. I would buy it again, but if it was cheaper, of course, because at £2.60, I would only buy it now and again. If it was a random treat or something, it wouldn't be a part of my regular shopping. But even the £1.60 soup, I think that's a lot really, almost £2 for one soup. So even those and the plastic packaging is bad for the environment. That's something that supermarkets need to sort out. They could, the brands could, or there could be a central point for all the soups, coming from different factories, or even have forced them to create their. I know they won't like it because of secret recipes and things, but to produce all of their soups in the same place, that would make sense, and it improves contact and dialogue and learning and education, and so all the companies would produce all their soups in somewhere, say in the middle of the country, conveniently located near me, but that's a complete coincidence. It's just logistics and whatnot. So in the middle of the country, yeah, and they should also move the Jaffa Cake factory nearer to me as well. Just it's just common sense, because it's the middle of the country. It's convenient for everyone. So it saves on petrol and so forth. So then you could have these big tanks of soup that then gets delivered, go off into each different direction to deliver the soup. And because then there's no plastic packaging, and people can just turn up with lunch boxes or whatever, and they pay for every 100 millilitres or whatever. And then there's less wastage in theory, of course, because people only pay for what they want. They know that their family needs or whatever. So that's something they should do next, I think, because some supermarkets are reducing packaging and things, but it's more independent stores, I think, that are saying turn up with your own containers and things. I don't really see it happening in supermarkets much. So you can even do it with soups, of course. It's common sense. Just have a master container, and people turn up with their own reusable containers, and the company that produces the soup no longer has to pay for packaging, so they should lower the price of the soup and how much they're charging, and so everybody's happy and everybody can go home and get cheaper soup. In theory, in practice, it may not happen like that, but it's something to work toward, I think. But yeah, it's a good soup. I like it. It's just very expensive, I think, for £2.60. I mean, it's not it's not incredibly expensive, but at the same time, particularly if you're thinking about buying it regularly, because it is a good soup. So that is a good sign that I'm thinking about buying it again. I'm thinking, wow, I'm not disgusted by this. This is nice. But could I buy it again? Well, it's £2.60. I don't think I would. So if it was cheaper, if it was £1.60, then yeah, because it's got a good body of flavour, and it's a bit more flavourful than some of their cheaper soups that are good as well. Some of them, their pepper soups, but I would like to pay closer to £1 and £1.50, but it's a good soup, I think, and it's something you should try maybe. But it may be hot for you, just because I cannot taste the heat. Be warned, it may be hot, but I honestly can taste no chili, so I don't know what's going on today. It must be me. All of these products that say they're hot and they aren't. So I need someone else's view, someone else to taste these products and to let me know how it goes. I would just like to remind that other stores are available, just in case anyone was offended, be they an Asda worker, a Morrison's worker. Other stores are available and cheaper, probably, maybe. Rumour has it, potentially, hypothetically speaking.